Hi, my name is Donny Lowy. I want to share with you an amazing pasuk at the beginning of this week's Parsha, Parsha Tavo. I will admit ahead of time that the understanding of the pasuk is very, very straightforward, and it is as we all understand it. But I believe that the Torah used a very interesting word in that pasuk that potentially could mean something else for a very important reason, and I want to share this pasuk with you. And when it shall be that you shall go into the land that God gives you as an inheritance, you shall possess it, and you shall develop it, you shall settle in it, it'll be your land. And now the following psukim deal with some of the commandments that we need to do when we're in the possession of the land of Israel. Now it's very interesting that it uses the word ki, because ki can mean when you shall possess it, and that's how we read it, that's how we accept it within this pasuk. But the ki can also mean if. And I believe that the reason the Torah uses that word in that pasuk is because many times in our lives, even when we're so sure that things could work out, when we're going in a positive direction, when we know that if we take very productive and positive steps going forward, we can reach our goal, even if it almost seems guaranteed, there's always the possibility that instead of us believing in when it'll happen, that we start to believe in if it will happen. And I think the Torah is reminding us that just like the Jewish people could have been 99.9 certain at this point that they were going to the land of Israel because God gave them the commandments that they were going to have to do once in the land of Israel, but still a word is used that could potentially elicit doubt. I believe the same thing could happen in our lives, in your life, in my life. Why? Because we're human and we're always going to have doubts. We're always going to have a certain level of trepidation, of fear. And the Torah is reminding us that if we're going in the right direction, if we're doing something which is very productive and we're taking every possible step that we can, and we know that it's a formula that we're using that could take us to a very good place, no matter how certain our goal is, and no matter how certain the reality that our goal will take place, it's always possible for that doubt to creep in, for that fear to start to settle in. And we have to remember that that fear is not what the Torah wants us to follow. It's not what the Torah wants us to internalize. The Torah does not want us to read the pasuk, and it does not want to read our lives as if I'll be able to succeed, if it'll happen. The Torah is saying, no, live your life with a conviction of when it will happen, when I will succeed, when you will reach that goal, when we will accomplish what we want to accomplish. The ultimate goal, the ultimate fulfillment of that goal, the reality, it's up to God. But as far as our responsibility, it's to believe that if we take the right steps, it'll be when it will happen. So I want to give you a bracha, a blessing, that you should always have the conviction, the motivation to reach the goals that you're going to reach because you're going in the right direction. And ultimately, it's up to God. So your belief, my belief has to be that if we take the right steps, we will reach that goal. And why is this so crucial? Because the only way to potentially reach a goal, whether we look at it from a religious perspective, from a super practical day-to-day perspective, is in believing that if we do take these steps, we can actually reach our goal. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for your time.